I will force it. So now we'll discuss about creativity across distances. Whether it is possible to make it work. Right? So here the content of this slide is many times we involve many teams in different locations, right? How to make it work, right? So it is possible. If it is possible, how much it is possible, right? Whether it can be make it a completely alternative or just we can make it as a working model, right? Somehow we can work. A collaborative creative work is done best in co-located settings. People communicate with each other face to face, see each other's gestures and facial expressions, and directly manipulate all involved artifacts. So, like what I said earlier, right? Many times we communicate more from facial expressions or hand gestures, all those things, right? Rather than words, right? So even though sticky notes, whiteboards, wall pens are all imaginable handicraft objects, role play and storytelling may all be used when creative methods such as design thinking are applied. Even though we may use many such things, but still it is found that a complete alternative for the design communications for the people working at, across the distances is still difficult. But somehow reasonably we can manage as of now, right? Uh, for use the all above mentioned techniques like sticky notes, walls, pens, whiteboards, all those things, right? Analog tools. If members are geographically dispersed and time zones separate them by several hours, can suitable digital equipment acts as a comparable option to analog tools for teams using design things? But still, it is a question, right? Even though many such things are there, but still, with reasonably we can use with reasonable things only we can use such things, right? But with the cooperation of both communicator and receiver, right? Receiver if he has not understood, right? If he wants some more classification, he can dig more by asking questions and questions, right? If both the persons are actively involved, then they can make the thing work, right? Teleboard system. So teleboard system wants a system, right? So which is an electronic whiteboard software source which allows user to write digital sticky notes on tablet, PCs, smartphones, or directly on a whiteboard. Whiteboard that I think we have been using in iPads and all, right? Such apps are there in many Android softwares also. Right? Users can move the create sticky notes, cluster them, and write or draw on the whiteboard. Right? So if it is a touch screen, they can write and draw on the whiteboard also. But many times, if you are using mouse and all, it becomes difficult. To facilitate a real interactive sessions, we include a video conference among the distributed team. A translucent whiteboard can be displayed as an overlay on top of full screen video of the other team members. Many times we can also do the video conference also, like TVs and all, TV channels, debates and all you might have seen, right? So video conferencing and all they do, okay, because different speakers and users are sitting at different places, right? As you can see in this figure one, okay, basically in the first location video collaboration, right? A work input device is there. That input device will receive the video recorded from the camera, and that through the laptop or networking system that videos are sent to the collaboration server, right? So again similarly from base location we also similar videos are recorded and again they sent to the collaboration server. Collaboration server in turn it will merge the both the videos in a suitable manner, and it will allow both the users at location A and location B to see the videos, right? Videos or audios. This setup lets everyone see what the others are doing, where they are pointing, and along with their gestures and facial expressions, right? So this is the advantages of this video conferencing. So how to analyze this design thinking working modes? Different methods are there: handwriting and drawing on a whiteboard. For the analysis of design thinking, they can through the some special pens are there to write on the screen. That also they can use, or they can draw on a whiteboard. Writing a personal sticky notes. You can also write a sticky notes and paste it on the screen. Right, digital sticky notes, right? So which is visible to the person sitting in the another computer, another system, right? Clustering sticky notes, right? Again, you can append a sticky notes to the sticky note already added, right? Collaborative creation of hand drawings. You can also use external software for creation of the hand drawings. Intense discussion of a design topic, right? So through the online conference, you can intensively discuss the design topics, like what they do in TV channels, like debates and all. You can do online debates, right, about the design topics. Nowadays, video conferencing is the most commonly accepted norms. Many of the software companies, they are getting the project from the different countries, or in the same country also different locations they are sending the projects. In such cases, they need to do the video conference, video collaboration to precise the design needs. Presenting insights, ideas and frameworks about the design topic, and also presenting a physical prototype can also be presented, like either using a drawing or using any object or prototype made up using any plastic material or wood material or any other physical material. So the most important aspect of design thinking is empathy. For design collaboration in distributed design, in order to make the design collaboration work, you must empathize the distributed design system, right? So when the users are sitting at different locations, when you want to give the effective solution for that one, you must empathize that one. Geographically distributed design teams face barriers to effective collaboration that current communication technologies have difficulty mediating, right? Geographically distributed designs, right? Many times we may find difficulty in internet connections and all those things. Many technical difficulties are there. So such things make it very difficult for the communication technology, right? Many times there will be, when we are streaming a video, there is a delay of 6 or 7 minutes delay in the telecasting or webcasting, right? In such cases, so I might have moved for the different slides and all those things. Okay, synchronization is very difficult, audio and video. Some building blocks of effective physical collocated interaction include the exclusive physical presence of individual participants with the team workspace, the explicit and implicit body language signals that they exchange, and the ability to point to and act upon artifacts in a context that is shared with teammates, right? So this is one of the effective method is that allocating a physical interaction by allocating a individual participants. So in a team workspace where you can explicitly use the sign language or his gestures, and also you can point out something, right? Using the some of the pointing techniques, and even if it is his facial gestures also, if it is recorded, so then it would be very much helpful for the teammates. So these things will provide the social and contextual clues that contribute to free flowing creative exchanges. So these things, social and such things, if you are using such technologies, it will provide social and contextual clues that which can be used as a contribution to the free flowing creative exchanges, right? When you want the creative things to happen, you must make it freely flowing, right? So, however, when teams are distributed, they lose many, if not all, of these capacities, right? When these teams are they are distributed in nature, right? So they may lose many of the important aspects of communication, important points regarding about the design activities, right? In such cases, we must take enough care to collect all those details. So next scenario of remote collaboration is that it implies that collaborators establishes a joint effort to align and integrate their activities in a seamless manner, right? So the olden days there is a telepathy, something was not telepathy, teletransportation, something was there, right? Technology. Right now I am not finding exact word. Next class I'll remember and tell you that word, right? Uh, so just like the telephone voice you are using, right? The entire person can be transported, right? So such teletransportation, maybe a right word if I don't remember correctly. Next class I'll tell you the correct word. So such things were there, but nowadays it is not possible, right? We don't have to do any magics and all, but within the available techniques only we try to have a reasonable communication which will not hinder the flow of the project. Technological supports for remote collaboration has been addressed among other fields by computer supported cooperative work, focusing on conceptualizing, designing, and prototyping solutions for communication, cooperation, assistance, training, learning, as well as knowledge sharing between distributed collaborators. Right? So thanks to our computer supported cooperative network, because of which we can communicate with the people who are not in our eyesight. So they will be sitting somewhere in different part of the globe with them, and we can interact them, and we can send the suitable data, drawings, something for as effective communications files we can send, and we can also videos also we can record and send it to them for their references. All those things, such things are possible because of the computer supported cooperative network. Right? So one of the major issue of remote collaboration is the fact that collaborators do not share a common space or world. Reason for the interest in using augmented reality, right? So when we use such augmented reality, right? So user you'll be sitting in the one or some other space, and sender will be sitting in some other space, right? There will not be a common space is shared. So such is the problem with this augmented reality. The collaboration using augmented reality helps distributed collaborators establish a common ground analogies to their understanding of the physical space, allowing to inform where to act and what to do. Right? So it makes this augmented reality, right? So it will help to establish a common ground, right? So yes, to certain extent you can understand the physical space, right? And you can inform the other person where to act and where to look, right? All those things. So what are the various constituents of design communication, right? The constituents of design communication and whether or not they are attained can be viewed as a hierarchy. Right? Different concepts of design thinking are there, design communication are there. So we must make sure that all those things are attained, right? So in a hierarchical manner, the first level represents the ultimate goal of or rationale for the interaction, right? We must first basic idea of communication we must understand, right? This is the first level, right? For distant communications in particular, it may be to solicit the input of an expert or to develop a cross-cultural perspective. Right? For distant communications, if the person is sitting some different country or somewhere else, right? We must solicit the input of an expert, right? Or to develop a cross-cultural perspective, keeping in mind of the cross-cultural perspective and all those things, local gestures or local languages must be isolated, right? You must speak in a universally understandable manner. So, symptoms of these goals not being realized include design sessions that take on a tenor of coordination rather than collaboration, and engineers feeling that their time is spent in meeting rather than in design activities. Right? When such goals are not achieved, right, then one may feel that their time is wasted, right, their time and effort and manpower is wasted, right? The second level of the design communication represents the communicative intent of the participants themselves, that is what they intend to communicate or learn or resolve during the session, right? So participants all the way, you must also understand the intent of the participants, right? We need to understand what the intent of communicate or learn or resolve during the session, right? During the session, what are the conflicts that may arise because of the participants, if his expectations are met, and such things we must be able to resolve. Symptoms of unclear intent include participants having disparate understanding of statements or ideas or events, possibly without even being aware of it at the time. Right? Contributors include cultural differences or a lack of shared physical content or common ground may be the reason for such unclear intent of a participant, right, or unclear understanding of the content being presented or idea being presented. The third level is composed of the specific elements that contribute to clarity and expressivity, right? Clarity and expressivity are the other important aspects. So this includes the proximity and orientation of participants to each other, the posture, bodily gestures and movements that they assume, and their facial expressions should be recorded to understand the clarity of the content being communicated, right? Symptoms of lack of clarity include the designers having difficulty expressing themselves or connecting with each other, or feeling that they or their partners are disengaged from the conversation. Many times we find it the designers may find, or even when we take the class and all, sometimes if this subject is okay, theory subject, okay, student will ask a question, we will answer him. Many times, most of the time, right, we need to write something, all those things, right? In PPT and all, here I cannot write here, right, directly. If I am using iPad and all, right, some technical difficulty there. If it is a board, chalk piece are there, I can easily write such thing. If the students are in front of me, such things are there, right? So if they don't have a suitable tool to express them, right, then it becomes difficult. So many things easily I can write quickly instead of typing, right? Typing in a mobile or something, right? That is easy for us. Instantly we can answer them, right? Even if I want to write some mathematical equations and all, which are not easy in this Word template or PPT template. So now we'll discuss about the explorations in distributed design. So here in this one, first study is embodiment and presence. So while PC or laptop video chat suits close proximity one-to-one conversation, and high definition video conference rooms suit many-to-many teams, even the best technologies available have difficulty supporting the physical interaction requirement of design engineering sessions, right? PC, when you are using a PC and laptop, it is good for one-to-one, but when you want to communicate with different teams, right, in such cases we must have a high definition video conference services, right? So you must go for the 5G technology and all those things for the data transmission. When room setup requires that local participants and those connecting remotely be a distant apart, video chat suffers because cameras and microphones are set up for close-up use, right? So when these local participants are involved, right? And if they are wanted to be connected to the connected to the some other team which is located at remote location, right? In such cases, video chats is hampered because cameras and microphones are set up for the close-up use, right? Many such cameras and microphones, what we use in our laptop, they are meant for the close-up use, right? In such cases, video clarity may be affected. But distant participants often need to see whiteboards or video screens and hear local participants who are across the room, right? That will make the session more interactive, right? So always it is very good to have interactive sessions. Alternatively, video conference system change the way several individual participants at distant locations are represented locally. So each becomes bound with a window that stores the screen with other individuals within the window. Only in that window, single frame, what is visible, that only you can see. So you cannot see the remaining things and all. So this is the drawback of video conferencing, right? So as a result, the sense of personal presence and persona that is imparted by our distant and uniquely addressable physical bodies vanishes. In these ways, distant participants are sensory impaired and they share these characteristics with each other, right? So in this way, it will lose the personal connectivity, a personal presence. It will not give a feel of a personal present or real-time presence, right? So this is the drawback, one of the other drawback. And second important aspect is agency and approachable, right? So these are the what mode you are displaying for the communication or how it is approachable. To explore and better understand how physically and motion can serve as indicators of a willingness to engage others and encourage interaction. A more public setting which focused on agency, the attribution of action to individual actors is made. An interactive touchscreen information kiosk is created as shown in figure 4. So as shown in this figure 4, an interactive kiosk is created. So with either a virtually represented or a physically attached gesturing appendage in the form of a waving or the virtual representation was shown directly on the information screen for the pilot study and back projected on opaque vertical screen for the follow-up, right? So behind that one, anyway, a waving arm is modeled physical arm, right? So based on the user's questions, so it would use to direct them, okay? This physical arm is attached to the position that matched the projected location as closely as possible. At the end of the arm was either a graphic arrow what pointed down forward the kiosk or a human-like mannequin hand, right? So only it's a human-like hand. So they even made that one, so which would direct the people so in different directions depending on their query. This arrangement permitted us to independently change conditions, virtual versus physical in one case and graphic versus home-like in the other, to learn how they influenced people behavior, right? So here this type of arrangement, whether to have a arrow on the screen or some augmented hand-like projection is whether it is required, human-like, right? So how these things influence the people. So this instrument is kept at semi-public areas at a research institution so that people had a clear and consistent view of the while passing by, right? So this was kept at a location in institution so that it is easily visible to the people who are passing by. So when such things are used, right? So it is found that this arrangement is found to be more approachable. So instead of a person is there asking them, the frequency of people being coming and using this one has increased. And the last topic is plans and issues for the future use of such things. Our explorations going forward will focus on deploying more robust field hardened avatars for use within working design team. Okay, so whatever the design they have created here, they want to have a more advanced and robust field hardened variants of such things. In particular, so it was anticipated by the author that they are used when design activity is most physical or tangible during concept of development, which takes place largely before either broad design ideas or specific details can be articulated with precision, and during prototype development, which generally occurs after the team, coaches and managers have verbally exchanged ideas and conferred. These are the different aspects which can be looked in the future. So this will also allow to shift emphasis from establishing proof of concepts to implementing with users who have real and immediate needs, and to understand how to engage a robotic communication mediator on both sides of a global conversation, right? When such things are being used, right, so it will have a real and immediate needs can be addressed. Okay, when the user have a real and immediate needs by using such systems like robotic arm and all, okay, if it can be immediately addressed, and thereby when such things are being practiced, people will also understand how they can communicate with the robotic mediators. So people are living in the various parts of the world, so they can be so trained easily, they will be get acquainted easily with such systems, right? So this will end the second module. So thank you all.